I dropped some flour from baking this cake. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Krystal here, and I wanted to go ahead and do a simple makeup look. I haven't done a simple one in a while, and I wanted to go ahead and base it off of a trio that I have been wanting to try out for a while. I just haven't had the chance to. So I'm using basic typical colors, and these are the three here: a bronze, a brown, and a champagne kind of highlight color. I also did use this as my actual highlight, so I did use it as a multi-purpose kind of palette, and you can also use this as a bronzer if you're medium to dark skin. So I even went ahead and just used lipstick and a lip gloss in this look instead of a liquid lipstick like I usually do. If you are not subscribed, please go ahead and click the subscribe button and that little bell right next to it so that you can get notifications every time I upload. And if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It would definitely help me out. If you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comments below, because you guys know I get back to you as fast as I can. So with that being said, let's just get on into the makeup look. Mwah. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and start off by priming our eyes. I am using the Mika Cosmetics eyeshadow primer just because I want to go ahead and use them up before it expires. Just use whatever it is that you want to use. I'm using a eyeshadow primer just because I have oily lids and I don't want the eyeshadows to crease up in my crease. Next, we're going to go ahead and set it. Use whatever eyeshadow product that you have, but I am actually using a powdered foundation because I do want to stick to a trio that I have right here. We did receive this in BoxyCharm a few months back, but this is the first time that I'm actually getting into it. So I did find out that the brown is actually very, very pigmented, so be careful. So the rule of this eyeshadow look here is just for the intensity. What you want to do is start off with a little bit of product on the brush, put it into your crease, go back with a little bit more product at a time and focus it where you want it to be a little bit more heavier. In my case, it will be the outer corner of my eye, and I do tilt my head back and a little bit to the side so that I can bring the eyeshadow out all the way to the end of my brow to make it a little bit more cat eye and a little bit more lifted, since I do have pretty round almond kind of eyes. Now what you see me doing here is taking the smaller smudging brush of the eyeshadow brush duo that I am using, and I am just placing it where I would like it to be, and then going in with the blending part of the brush and just patting it. I'm not really sweeping it too much, just patting it so that I don't move the color around too much. Next, we're going to take a liquid eyeliner. This right here is completely optional, but I'm only doing this step because I am applying false lashes, and this will help prevent any gaps between your natural lash line and the lash band. Again, it is completely optional. If you are not applying false lashes, you can definitely skip this step, or if you are applying false lashes and you feel like you don't need to do this, then just don't do it. So after I have done that, I'm going to go ahead and take a pencil and actually tight line my upper lash line. This right here is going to prevent any gaps in your actual lashes. So it will make it fuller. It will also make it look a lot bolder and just help bring out your upper lash line. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the face. As I'm doing this, my eyelash glue is getting tacky onto my lashes. I did apply the It Cosmetics CC cream that we got at Ipsy. The sponge was absorbing it too much, so what I did was apply it in with my fingers and then go over it with the sponge to just kind of blend everything out and absorb any excess product, because that's what this thing does anyways. Now that I have done my highlighting and cream contouring off camera, I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes. I'm using the My Sweden Minerals Cosmetics Mineral Veil, and this can give you some flashbacks, so be very careful with working with it. I do recommend flicking off any excess product rather than pushing it on with your beauty sponge like I normally do. So I'm just going to go ahead and set the under eyes and just put a little bit of excess product where I also do want to go ahead and highlight as well, because as I said, it does kind of give you that flashback, so it will help with the highlighting. So now that I have that on, I'm going to go ahead and do basically the same technique that I did onto my crease on the lower lash line. I'm taking a smaller amount of the brown, putting it all over the lash line, more of the brown into the outer part of the lash line. Then I'm going to take a bronze eyeshadow, or actually this isn't a eyeshadow yet. This is the pencil. I'm going to put it on the lower lash line as well as the waterline, and then I'm going to take the bronze in the eyeshadow palette and set it. This eyeliner pencil that I am using is from Wet n Wild. It's only 99 cents, and if you have brown, amber, or even hazel eyes, I do recommend getting this product. It is such a beautiful bronze color that brings out the gold in your eyes. And once again, I am taking the bronze from the eyeshadow palette, like I said, and setting it. I really do like this bronze. I thought it was going to be more of like an orange coppery bronze, but it wasn't. It was a golden bronze, and I really do like that. So the highlighting shade on here is kind of a white color with some gold reflex in it. So I'm going to use that to highlight my inner tear duct as well as my eyebrow area. So I'm just going to take a blending brush that I was using before with no extra product and just blend back and forth any highlight that I may have gotten into the crease that I don't want there. And I'm also going to go ahead and take more of that dark brown color, and as you see, I am applying it and I'm flicking it up so that it blends it up rather than out and I get any fallouts on my foundation. So part of the helping me with like the creasing underneath my eyes, what I do is I push in a little bit of the product and then I flick off the rest of it. So I push in underneath my eye and then I flick off any of the rest that I don't want there, because again, this particular product gives you flashback. So again, just be very careful. So we're gonna bronze up the face so that we are no longer pale. This is the Pure Cosmetics bronzer that we got in BoxyCharm again. And I am using the Real Techniques blush brush. I really do like this blush brush for actual blush, but not so much for bronzer. I feel like this blush brush only picks up a certain amount of product and disperses it very, very, very lightly. So that is why I like it for blush, but not really for bronzer. So I do need to change some things up and clean my brushes. So after I've applied some blush, I'm gonna go ahead and just wet my face with this thing right here. And I'm using the eyeshadow. I don't know if I already said that I was gonna use it, but this right here is a really, really good trick. It just makes everything look cohesive and look nicely together. We don't want like a cool shimmer highlight in like the inner tear duct, but then I put something completely opposite on my face. That's not how I really want this look to be. I kind of want it to be effortless and really easy to do. So that is why I'm using the same highlight. But if you do want to be a little bit extra, I do go in with another one in a little bit that I'll tell you about. So I always get eyeshadow all over my eyebrows, so I'm going in with the NYX eyebrow mascara, and this has fibers in it, so it really does make your eyebrows look nice and thick and full, but you can build it up or just use less and make it, you know, not as obvious. I do this because, again, I do get product into my eyebrows, but I do want to say that although it is great as for filling in, it is not great for holding your eyebrow hairs. So sometimes if I do have an event or something like that, I will go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Eyebrow Gel, because that works really, really nicely. So as I mentioned before, the eyeshadow is white with some gold reflex in there, a little bit of glitter. I'm using my gold highlight that I always use before and just topping off just a little bit, as you saw me do. For lips, I'm going in with the MAC Velvet Teddy. It's a nudie kind of brown color. So I'm gonna set it with my actual powder foundation. And what this is gonna do is make it completely nude, as you see right now. And then I'm going in with a pink lip gloss. Use whatever you want, and it's just gonna make it a little bit more girly. Again, it's part of the effortless look, since liquid lipsticks, you do need to kind of be a little bit careful with that because you can go outside the lines. So that is pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As you can see, it's very, very beginner friendly. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. You know it helps me out. Subscribe if you are not. Click the bell so you can get notified. And don't forget, guys, that I am always open for recommendations. Okay, so leave them in the comments below for me. All right, with that being said, remember that you are loved because I love you and I always will. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.